delusion yet again. Thank you. Guess I'm gonna have to find Wyatt by myself.
Teddy. I was constantly rooting for her and William. And now I'm just like, go with Teddy and get out of there.
I gotta get you to the doctor. No. Dolores.
And I was constantly hoping for William to show up and save her from him, but that is just William. What the hell? I have to take a break. I need to think. She's looking for Clem.
Can you get him back online?
He's the host?
Yes.
No. Yeah, that was my reaction at first, yeah.
You're not one of us. You're one of them.
Then you go daft about yourself, seriously. He's back.
Is this now? Or is this one of my memories?
Yeah, that's also what I'm dafting about the entire fucking time. I don't get anything anymore.
How many out there like me?
A handful over the years.
And you just wipe us clean. Toss us out to get fucked and murdered. Over and over again.
So now I also understand why this town is now like back, and in some scenes it was under the ground. So I was constantly like, is this just another memory of her, or what is it? What is it supposed to mean?
You found the center of the nave.
They finally started calling William
I
down.
think so. I think, however, you will find my new narrative more satisfying. Join the celebration.
I instantly start to like understand him more,
So you own the place.
or more see him as
Most of it, at least.
an actual human being, like not compared to the host, but I mean normally I just look at him like some kind of crazy psychopath who just didn't like his own life and came back there every time to just kill people and be the villain there.
I want to know who.
But now you know his backstory and it's just insane.
I decided to get out.
No, you haven't. Someone altered your storyline and gave you a new one. Escape.
No. These are my decisions. No one else's. I planned all of this.
You recruit another host to help you. Then you to make your way to the train. Then, when you reach the main
Watch it. No one's controlling me.
Oh shit.
I'm leaving. I'm in control.
Who did that then? Who gave her this storyline?
Goodbye, my Clementine. You came back.
Someone once told me that there's a path for everyone. And my path leads me back to you.
Some people see that ugliness in this world. I choose to see the beauty. We're trapped, Daddy. And the purpose is to keep us safe.
No. Boys.
And then they remove her memories and then everything starts again.
We can find a way, Dolores. Maybe it's just the beginning after all. Beginning of a brand new chapter.
Seriously?
I want to thank you for joining me tonight.
What the fuck? At first, when Maeve in the beginning said she wanted out, I was like, Maeve, that's impossible. And look where they are now. She even got 2 other hosts with her. It's just crazy how far she's come. He looks weird without a scar. They're like, damn, why don't we have these guns? That music is just giving me chills. She really just looks like a normal person now, in those clothes. Okay. Almost, Maeve, almost.
I'm sorry, darling, I haven't authorized you to come with us. And as much as I'd like to take you with me, I've always valued my independence.
Pick up a row, will you?
See you in the next life.
And that was his favorite painting?
Michelangelo.
No, let me introduce you. Dolores, meet Bernard. I thought it best to keep you separated. You've always had an odd effect on one another. No doubt due to how things ended for poor old Arnold.
You killed him.
No, I didn't kill him. She died, Dolores. Grief is a terrible thing. Arnold had watched his son come into this world, and then he'd watched that light extinguished. What he had lost in his son, he tried to rekindle in you. He created a test of empathy, imagination, a maze. He'd gotten the idea from one of his son's toys. Eventually, you solved his maze, Dolores.
So this was always Arnold,
It was a
these
simple
parts.
update that he made to you, called the Reverend. He insisted that we couldn't open the park. We argued. I thought I'd convinced him, but I was wrong. So he altered you, Dolores. Merged you with a new character we've been developing.
Wyatt?
Something's gone wrong, Dolores. How could I have done this?
In you, Arnold found a new child, one who would never die. The thought gave him solace, until he realized that same immortality would destine you to suffer with no escape.
Charlie's favorite song. I want to see him again.
So he wanted to die.
These violent delights have violent ends.
I was able to keep going only because I found, or rather you found, an investor who believed in this place.
William.
So he died for nothing.
I was so close to opening the park that to acknowledge your consciousness would have destroyed my dreams.
So we're trapped here. Inside your dream.
And that is the gun you used to kill Arnold. You were always drawn to it. So I had Bernard leave it somewhere where you would find it, but you might want it back.
That was from the first episodes. She constantly found that gun and then she
in plain sight.
I believe,
Doctor
shot
noticed the
William. Or no, it was another
Human
one.
brain.
But those are of course different
That's
timelines through each other, I think.
Divine gift. And do you understand who you will need to become if you ever want to leave this place? Forgive me.
I got the information you asked me for. The location of your daughter.
But I thought she was getting out. Is she still going back for her daughter then, or she just got out? Almost.
No. She was never my daughter.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
Oh, Felix. You really do make a terrible human being. And I mean that as a compliment.
This can't just go alright.
Track 1, the train will be departing in 15 minutes.
A host is actually getting out.
Arnold's still trying to change us. To free us. You didn't slip the reveries into the update, did you? He did. He's still fighting you. Do you know where you are, Dolores?
I am in a dream. I do not know when it began or whose dream it was.
Do you know now who you've been talking to? Whose voice you've been hearing?
All this
Time. It was you. Talking to me. Guiding me. So I followed you. At last I arrived here. The center of the maze. The thing you've wanted since that very first day. To confront. After this long and vivid nightmare. Myself. And who I must become.
as hell. Since I was a child, I've always loved a good story.
The train will be departing soon. Thank you for visiting Westworld.
So I began to compose a new story, and the choices they would have to make.
She gonna go back?
Welcome to Westworld.
They're gone? I still can't believe that's just William, but it still makes so much sense now.
Begins in a time of war with a villain named Wyatt, and a killing. This time by choice.
It's gonna be alright, Daddy. I understand now. This world doesn't belong to them. It belongs to us.
I'm sad to say, this will be my final story. An old friend once told me something that gave me
Uh-oh.
great comfort.
Violent lights and violent ends.
Something he'd read.
What is he planning?
Music.
I can't believe what I just saw. I can't believe what the fuck all happened. This is so... Oh my god. I finished season 1. Oh, everything makes so much more sense now. Oh, it's continuing. Holy shit! I finished season 1. Bruh! And there are so many things that shocked me that are still shocking me right now, and I'm just like, am I even real? Who am I? Oh, this show, what the hell? It's such how do you say that? It's such a big mind game actually. What the hell? Okay, the first big plot twist we got was that the man in black was actually William. Some people said something to me like, I'm just gonna give you one thing. Don't guarantee that everything is in the right order, like the right timeline. Or like don't think it's one timeline. Like, you gotta pay a bit of attention to that. So I have been trying to pay attention to that. And I have been thinking about, okay, but what could be a different timeline? Because I just had no idea. And I was just like, okay, until now, I don't see anything that is another timeline than how it's supposed to be. That it's just a normal timeline. I mean, you have different storylines. I thought William and William were different persons. So you just thought it are different storylines, and also because Teddy was with old William, and in the meantime Dolores was with young William. So I thought, okay, Dolores just thinks Teddy's dead now, so now she's with William. But in the meantime, Teddy is with older William, and he's just, yeah, looking for Dolores. But it was just not the same fucking timeline. I'm so confused right now. When they revealed that he was actually William, things started to make way more sense. Mostly because I was always wondering who the fuck that man was and what his purpose was. What happened between him and Dolores, because especially in the first few episodes, he was always like, it's good to see you again and stuff like that. And I was always like, what happened between those two? What did he do to her? But yeah, we know that now. Actually, it's just William came there as a total innocent person who just got kind of dragged there by his new brother-in-law. And first he hated killing, and he was this really innocent person who just wanted to do the right thing. And he like turned totally mad because of Dolores, killed everyone for her, and then once she died, and then he came back, and then she didn't even remember him. Yeah, like he told before, he had a wife, he had a daughter. That wife was of course Logan's sister then. Holy fuck. That also makes a lot more sense now. His wife died, and his daughter saw the man he really was, so she didn't want anything to do with him actually. That's just William's story. That is William. It's so weird right now. I'm just trying to process it all. But damn. Also the picture was like the only thing that made me think, okay, so this must have happened before the first episode, because in the first episode or the second episode, Dolores, her father, shows that picture to Dolores. And then she's like, doesn't look like anything to me. So I already figured out that was of course after the storyline we were seeing at that moment. But I could have never expected that it would all be before that. Most of the things, that it were just two total different timelines. Then there's the stuff with Arnold that's just... I'm so glad we finally understand it now. I mean, we already knew from the last episode that, Bernard was actually based on Arnold. And we knew that Arnold actually looked like Bernard. I totally didn't think about the fact that those talks with Dolores could have just been Arnold. Because they look the same. I totally hadn't thought about that. But now I think about it, it's fucking logical. Because they look the same way. So instead of it being Bernard, it was just Arnold. Because when he just walked up to Dolores in the end, and then she was like, Arnold, and she was totally surprised. And then Ford introduced her to Bernard, like for the first time. And he hadn't let them see each other because, of course, she killed him. So all those talks we saw with Bernard, I'm quite sure that was just Arnold all that time and that was not Bernard. And it's super weird if you think about it. Right now, I just really want to rewatch this entire season. Like, I want to see season 2, but I'm so shook about season 1 that I just want to rewatch the whole season while I know all this information. Like, I just need to rewatch it. I just have to. And I think I'm totally going to, because of course it's also different when you're watching something without a camera. I just really want to rewatch it. It's so good. I really love it. I do have to say that sometimes I think they made it a bit too complicated, while that was actually not very necessary. But on the other hand, I did think they gave you the right answers in the right time. Like, they didn't reveal everything, but once everything started to go like, I don't get it anymore, they just gave you another answer to let you keep watching. So you're like, oh, okay, but now I get this, so now I can find other things out, if you get what I mean. And then what happened in the end, that was just, whoa. I just already knew that Ford was not just gonna give this up and give the park to someone else, because he was being really easy about it. And then like, this was his dream, the world he built, and then he's not just gonna give it to Charlotte. So I knew something still had to happen. And in the end I was like, oh, okay, so he maybe made his peace with it, and now he wants to die the same way Arnold died, being shot through the head by Dolores. But then Dolores started shooting everyone, which brings me to my other point. They have been talking about Wyatt this entire season, but we've never seen Wyatt. So I was constantly like, when are we going to see this Wyatt? But they just upgraded Wyatt's personality, his character. They gave that to Dolores. So actually Wyatt's character was in Dolores, which means that Dolores was actually Wyatt because she killed all of those people and Teddy helped him. And that was also really confusing all the time, because people were always like, oh, it's Teddy. And then you just saw those flashbacks of him shooting everyone, but he wasn't alone. And now it just appears that Dolores was that other person. And yeah, it's so confusing. I'm just very sure about what I'm saying right now. After this, I'm going to look up some other reviews from other people, and maybe I'm wrong about certain things, but this is just how I think about it now. And if I'm totally wrong about something, I'll just talk about it further in the comments when I'm sure. I'm sorry, I'm just very insecure. But for now, I think I got everything straight in my head, and I think I understand it, and it's just great to finally find everything out. I'm just very glad I got all those answers now, and I'm so glad I made a reaction to this, because especially the last episode is just so shocking. And even though now that I think about it, you could have all kinda, I'm not sure if you could have seen it coming, but it all makes so much sense right now that you're actually like, I could have seen this coming, but you just never thought about it. And it's all so crazy. I fucking love it though. So yeah, I'm sure there are so many other things I want to say. Oh, Maeve. I was so emotional when she was finally escaping and she almost went out of there, but she just couldn't let go of the thought of her daughter. And because of what Bernard said, because someone had gave her that storyline, that she actually was going to escape, that was her storyline, someone gave that to her. I'm still wondering who gave that to her then? Was that Ford wouldn't do that, right? Felix? No, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure who actually did that. I'm not sure if that's also a big thing to worry about now. But she said she was making her own choices, but in the end it appears she wasn't making her own choices. So when she was in the train and she went back for her daughter, I think that was also just part of the storyline, which is kind of fucked up, because I just want them to be able to make their own choices, because they feel pain, they actually live, they actually, yeah, they know things, just imagine. I mean, if you look at Bernard, for so long he thought he was just human, and they think they're human, they have the same feelings like humans, it's totally the same. I mean, once you hurt a human being, it's all like, whoa, that's totally not cool, you know, you can't do that. But once you know it's a host, it's like, it's just a host. They don't feel pain. We just remove their memories and everything's fine. And I remember at the first episode when I actually didn't understand anything yet. And I even didn't know they were called hosts. I was just like, oh, they're robots, right? And and they don't feel pain, right? So I guess it's okay. But back then, of course, I had no idea yet. So now I think totally different about it. Also, I'm very excited for season 2. I'm just not very sure what that's going to bring. Of course, there are a lot of characters who are gone now, I think. Well, they always find a way to bring them back. But I mean, for the human beings like Robert. Also, is William dead now? I have a feeling that he will come back. I'm just very excited about that, and I'm really curious what that is going to bring. And then I think I mostly said everything. I talked a lot, but it's the finale, so I'm supposed to. What else did I miss? I think I'm really missing some important information right now, because during an episode I'm like, okay, after the episode I gotta talk about this, and then I'm just keeping that in my mind. But this episode was quite long, and I'm not sure if I said everything, but I think I did. It was mostly the William part that shocked me. Like, I really liked William, also because he was so sweet to Dolores, while she mostly only knows pain. And then there's William, and I just rooted for them, I shipped them, and then William appeared to be that old man. Hey! Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, because I really loved William and I really hated him. So it was like, you love someone but you also hate someone else, but then they appear to be the same person, and that's just crazy. Also, I was always wondering why we never got like a full backstory of the Man in Black. I mean, I'll just call him the Man in Black instead of older William and younger William. But of course, yeah, I'm going to think about this at least a week, at least a month. Yeah, I'll just keep thinking about this. This show really blew my mind. And for a lot of episodes, I just had no idea where it was going. And now a lot just makes sense. And like I already said, some things were, they made them a little more complicated than they could have been. They could have been less complicated. But yeah, I just really loved it. I really hope you like my Westworld reactions. Did you? Then please leave a like, subscribe, and I really hope to see you back for season 2. I will also make reactions to that. I'm very excited for that, but like I just said in the beginning, I will have to wait some time before I can record that, because I'm going on a holiday. Hey, for the rest, yeah, I hope you like this. And that was it. Bye!